There's going to be a lot of background noise in this video. Hey folks, it's Ben. I'm here with a Red Barn Homestead unboxing. I've got a Mastercraft Belt disc sander I got for Christmas, obviously. It's to add to my woodworking collection. I've got, a compound miter saw. I've got a drills, table saw. So this will help me in some of the more finer projects that I'm trying to do. So I've got this, and so it's brand new in package. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up and we'll see what's in this box. So we cut the sides and down the top. And first things first, the instruction sheets. And looks like we have some medium as well here. So we've got that rounding part. I did review it online. It's a nice little unit here. Mastercraft is a house brand of Canadian tire. So we've got that going for us. So let's take off. We've got a styrofoam top. And that just contains what you would expect, just styrofoam. And next we have the main unit. So I'm not sure if you can see super in there yet, but there's the unit. We've got cardboard here. And it holds this, which is, looks like it's going to be our flat table for our grinding disc per the picture. We have another piece over here, which is our, essentially gives us our angle if we're going to be sanding it to a specific angle. That looks to be it for loose pieces. No, wait, we got this, not sure what these are for yet, but I'm sure the instructions will show us. And then we have the main unit, which I'm hoping I can just lift straight up on. Oh. I can, but I don't have quite enough lift. There we go. We did miss one part. Allen wrench, 2 screws, another line of adjustment thing, and then the rest of the box is just more styrofoam. So I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on, and then we'll open up the packaging. Sweet. So now we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and unbag the unit. It appears it already comes with the belt on, which is good because it's set up, but not good because now I haven't learned how to put it on yet, but that's fine. More plastic trash. Sweet. So what we have back here is a power cord, and on the back side looks like a port to plug in our vacuum, which would then suck in any dust and stuff coming off the belt. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that was there. Since I'm setting this up outside, it's cold, it's below freezing, so I've warmed up my disc, and I'm warming up this wheel, and we're going to peel the backing off of this and stick it onto the metal here. Right, I've got some warmth on that thing now, and my pad's still warm. Per the instructions, we're going to be placing it so that all the edges are covered up, so it's perfectly round. I don't know about replacement discs yet. We'll find out about that once we wear this one out. Sharpness, GXK51, whatever that means. You can see as I spin it, it also controls the top, so that's kind of cool. Next up comes up one of the packages that came with our machine. It's a disc guard, it says. Obviously, it's going to go on the bottom here to 2 screws and a plate. And it's going to come down here. It looks like it needs to be this way. And protects our sander. So there's that. Next for assembly is our little table here. This goes in front of the machine, or depends on what you call the front. I guess this is technically the front. Actually, the first instructions were to find a location and to bolt it down. And it's got holes in the corners here for you to bolt things to, but I can always do that later. Next part up on our machine, the next bag contains this little lock bolt and a washer. And I read the instructions and it can do two things. Number one, you can come to the side here, there's two holes. And on the piece here we have a slot for our bolt. You can start the bolt ahead of time and pop this hole in right there. So start the bolt, then it slides in, and you can tighten it, and what it does is it allows you to adjust this plate up or down. So if you needed a specific angle, you could. And then with this slider tool here, you can also have it vary, over 30 degrees. So you could get fairly precise with that if you needed to. But there's another place this tray can go. There's also another hole back here where it can fit and can give you an up and down angle as well on the belt mechanism. So it slides into this hole, this pin slides there, and then this one can screw into this one here, and that allows you to, I'll do it for purposes of awesomeness. So you can also use the belt sander at an angle as well, if you needed to. So now we can adjust that. If you needed to come right at an angle and cut down, you certainly could. So you can use this for both positions. The last bag of goodies contains this guy, which is a work support bar. And what it does is it connects right here. And I guess you wouldn't have to use it, but you certainly could if you needed to. There are two screw-ins here. And they give you a hex key. I'll get these started by hand. That enables you to have a stop. So if you needed to rest it against the, I'm going to make sure it's above, like so. It's above my work surface, but it is adjustable. It's a slotted, so depending on how high it's at, I can move it up or down. That's as high as this one can go, if you needed it once again. So we take our hex key, loosen this a sec. We should be able to lift our drum up and then tighten that so it's down again. So if we needed to, and that key is right here, you needed to do it at an angle, you could. Pull this lever, releases the tension, allows you to remove your belt, which is a GXK51 P80, and I'm sure the length is specific, but once again we can figure that part out. The only other setting you really have to kind of shoot for is tracking. But to do that, we've got to turn it on. All right, so we've got our unit plugged in. It's not bolted to the table yet. Honestly, it might be easier to get clamps and clamp it to something. But the thing we'll have to look for is tracking of the belt with any type of bench belt sander type thing. And I've got one down here, which is hidden. You've got to make sure the belt tracks in the center here. So when we turn this on, we're going to find out how loud it is. And then we can adjust this knob. And it's going to turn this drum a little bit back or forth to get it so it's nice and straight. And it's already tracking pretty nice, so I would leave it at that. It's actually not that loud. So now I can come up and sand that, or sand that. Wow, that was nice. Turn it off. It does have a safety, which you should be able to pry out, and now the switch won't work at all, which is good if you have little kids like I do. And you just put those somewhere safe. So that is essentially the unboxing for our Mastercraft belt and disc sander all in one unit. It's not that loud. I'm very happy with that. The back is very plain. This key lets it tilt up and down. This adjusts your work. And then you can turn this tray down if you needed it to shoot at angles. And you also have this little bit for getting it just right if you needed to. You guys have any questions? I'll do a review of this unit later once I get some time on it. But for now, that's a sweet unboxing. Awesome.